Hi everyone. SUVs over the years have become a popular body style that car buyers are interested in. In the past, SUVs used to be a large vehicle and have a large engine. Today, SUVs are selling well, where most manufacturers are selling at least one model of an SUV. On the market, the cheapest SUV is the Nissan Kicks, which costs under $20,000. Even though the Kicks is a practical car, but there are several other options for that price. In fact, some SUVs in the past used to be very expensive, and today some of these SUVs depreciated very fast. That is now cost similar to the price of the Nissan Kicks. Today, we will talk about 8 luxurious SUVs that can be purchased for a price of a Nissan Kicks. Before we get into the video, make sure to click on the subscribe button down below and click the bell for the notifications on any new videos on my channel. With that out of the way, let's get into today's video. Number 1. The Lincoln Navigator. One of the first luxurious SUVs that was available was the Lincoln Navigator. The Lincoln Navigator was first based on the Ford Expedition, which was Ford's large-size SUV. When it came out around the 1990s, it was a huge success. Lincoln continues to sell the Navigator throughout the years, but the name was not that popular. Today, it is possible to purchase the third generation Navigator that came out around 2008 for a price under $20,000. This car used to be one of the flagship American luxury SUVs, and now has depreciated very fast, to the point it is valued around a Nissan Kicks. Number 2. The Cadillac Escalade. The Lincoln Navigator's competitor was the Cadillac Escalade. The Escalade was based on the Chevrolet Tahoe, one of the oldest SUV lines that Chevrolet made. Cadillac was aimed to be a luxury American brand. The Escalade then competed with the Navigator around the 1990s, even though the Escalade came out later than the Navigator, but the Cadillac brand was stronger and eventually became more popular. Even though there were more customers who bought the Escalade, this car depreciated very fast. Again, people could buy the third generation Escalade that came out around 2008 for under $20,000 again. In other words, this is an opportunity to own a flagship American luxury SUV for an affordable cost. Number 3. The Mercedes ML63 AMG. In the mid-2000s, one of the best-selling Mercedes was the ML class, which was a mid-size luxury SUV. In 2006, Mercedes introduced the second generation of the ML and an AMG model called the ML63 AMG. It has a 6.2-liter naturally aspirated V8 engine that produces 510 horsepower, and 0 to 60 takes 4.8 seconds. At its time, it is one of the most powerful SUVs. This car is aimed towards the American market, and still the AMG model, which costed nearly $80,000 brand new, was made in the United States. Although people had mixed reviews on the quality, but the sales were very successful, even with the AMG model. Over the years, this car depreciated fast, and it is possible to purchase this car that came out nearly 10 years ago under $20,000. Number 4. The Volkswagen Tiguan V10 TDI. The Volkswagen Tiguan came out in 2002, and it was offered a rare V10 diesel in the United States. This is a special car with this engine, since a diesel is limited in America with a large engine. Volkswagen did sell this car in the United States, but only a limited were available to purchase, since there was an emission regulation that eventually forced it off the market. Still, with this large engine, it had 310 horsepower and costed about $70,000 brand new. With such a niche market, this car did not sell well because the customers were not willing to pay that price of a Volkswagen and the government regulation in the United States. With these reasons, this car could be purchased under $15,000. With this money, this is a rare SUV that Volkswagen made. Number 5. The Porsche Cayenne Turbo. One of the most expensive SUVs of all time is the Porsche Cayenne Turbo. The first generation of the Cayenne Turbo was introduced back in 2006, which at its time had a 4.8-liter V8 that 0 to 60 takes 5.3 seconds. Later, Porsche introduced a faster version of the Cayenne and called it the Turbo S, which had 550 horsepower with a top speed of more than 171 miles per hour. Although the Turbo S is a rare car, but the Turbo still does an amazing performance even today. However, some people is not a fan for the design for this SUV, and also the car may not be that reliable. Still, one of the early models that came out around 15 years ago could be purchased around $10,000. With this choice, this is an option to own a powerful Porsche for a tight budget. Number 6. The Range Rover Supercharged. When people think of luxury SUVs, the Range Rover comes to mind. Before, customers who buys the Range Rover takes it off-roading. Now, it became another luxurious SUV. The third generation of the Range Rover came out in 2002. Before, BMW made the mechanical components, and later, Jaguar was in charge. One of the flagship Range Rover in this generation is a 5-liter V8 Supercharged. It had 503 horsepower and still has a capability to go off-roading. Range Rovers do not have a strong resale value due to its long-term reliability, but it is an opportunity to own a modern flagship Land Rover for around $10,000. Number 7. The Mercedes GL. The Mercedes GL is a Mercedes full-size luxury SUV. In the second generation, Mercedes redesigned the GL class around 2013 and ended its production around last year. This car aims in the US market, since this is a large SUV that is made in the United States. For the technology, this car is not far off by the modern standards, since Mercedes made a lot of this car and it is a popular car to buy. This car depreciated fast. Today, early examples of the second generation of the GL could be purchased under $20,000. In other words, it is possible to purchase this modern, large Mercedes SUV and look wealthy since Mercedes stopped this generation not too long ago. Number 8. The BMW X5M. One of the best-selling and longest BMW SUV models is the X5. In 2010, BMW decided to make a high-performance SUV, which competed with the Mercedes ML63 AMG and the Porsche Cayenne Turbo. Compared to these cars, the BMW X5M was a very fast car. 0 to 60 takes 4 seconds using a 4.4-liter V8 that has nearly 550 horsepower. For the technology, this car is well equipped, even by modern standards. It has a head-up display, adaptive drive with active roll stabilization, active steering, and parking assist. Some of the early examples that came out around 10 years ago could be purchased around $15,000. Even though this car's service and repairs may be high, but this is a very fast performance SUV that BMW made. So there you have it. What are your thoughts on my list? Make sure to share your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't already, please make sure to check out my other videos. And as always, please make sure to click on the subscribe button down below and click the bell for the notifications on any new videos on my channel. Thank you.